Welcome to the Quiet. Tonight's tales are original, whispered into existence just for you. Let the sound of rain carry you away as we step into the dark. Our first story. When I moved into the building on Harrow Street, the landlord described it as quiet. He said it with a smile that lingered too long. Quiet. The kind of quiet people pay extra for. The building was old. Not charming old, just tired. The floors sighed under every step. The radiators clicked at strange hours. Rain tapped constantly against the narrow hallway windows as if trying to get in. There were only 4 apartments on my floor. Mine was 4B. Across from me was 4A, occupied. At least that's what the landlord told me. I never saw anyone enter or leave. Still, every night around 11:17, I heard movement inside 4A. Soft footsteps, slow pacing, back and forth, always stopping near the door, as if someone stood on the other side, listening. The first week, I ignored it. By the second week, it started getting under my skin. I work from home, long hours, lots of silence. Silence makes patterns easier to notice. 11:17, every night. Footsteps, pause, silence. Then 3 soft knocks from inside their apartment wall. Not on my door, on their wall. Knock, knock, knock. I mentioned it casually to Mrs. Keene downstairs. She stopped stirring sugar into her tea. "Across from you?" she asked. "Yes, 4A. She stared, then said very quietly, "That apartment's been empty for 8 months. I laughed, because what else do you do? But she didn't laugh. Rain ran in thin streams down the cafe window behind her. "I'm serious," she said. "No one lives there." That night, I sat by my door at 11:15. The hallway smelled faintly of old carpet and damp wood. Then, 11:17. Footsteps, slow, measured. Inside 4A, back and forth, stopping near the door. I pressed my ear against the wood. I could hear breathing, very close. Someone was standing right there, listening. Then came the knocks. Not from the wall this time, from the other side of my door. Knock, knock, knock. Every muscle locked. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Then a voice, soft, flat, barely louder than rain. "I know you're awake." I stumbled backwards so fast I hit the kitchen counter. The hallway outside fell silent. No footsteps, nothing. I waited until sunrise. When I finally opened the door, the hallway was empty. But taped neatly to my door was a yellow sticky note. 3 words, "You breathe loudly." I called the landlord, demanded answers. He sounded confused, then irritated, then afraid. "There is no 4A, he said. I stared at my phone. "What? There used to be?" Rain whispered against my windows. "But after the fire—" Silence. Then, "That space is sealed." I looked across the hall. Apartment 4A. The door, the number. Still there. Still real. Still facing me. That night, at 11:17, the footsteps returned. Back and forth. Stopping near my door, waiting. And now, every night, just before the knocking starts, I hear something else, my own breathing, on the other side of the door. Mara had grown up in the woods, not deep wilderness, just enough trees to swallow sound. Her cabin sat alone at the edge of Black Pine Hollow, where wind moved through branches like whispers through teeth. She liked storms. Rain on the roof calmed her. But tonight felt different. The storm had rolled in slowly, carrying cold air and a strange silence. No birds, no insects, no movement. At 1:12 a.m., her dog lifted his head, listening. Then he growled, low, uneasy. Mara looked toward the window. The woods beyond the glass were black. Then, a voice, far away, calling her name. Mara. Soft, gentle, familiar. She froze. It sounded exactly like her mother. That was impossible. Her mother had died 11 years ago. The dog began whining. The voice came again, closer. Mara. Rain slid down the glass. The dog backed away from the front door, tail tucked, trembling. Then came the knock. 3 taps, soft, polite. Mara's heart pounded. No headlights, no car, no footprints. Nothing but forest. The voice spoke again, directly outside. Sweetheart. Her mother's voice, warm, tender, perfect. Every tiny detail, every breath, every inflection. Something cold spread through her chest, because her mother had one habit, one phrase she always said before entering, and the voice said it. Open up, it's freezing. Mara didn't move. The handle turned slowly, once, twice, locked. Silence. Then scratching, not at the door, at the walls, circling the house, slowly, as if something walked around the cabin dragging its fingers across wood. The dog barked once, then bolted under the bed. Mara grabbed her phone. No signal. The voice returned, now at the kitchen window. Mara. Then at the back door. Mara. Then above her, on the roof. Mara. The rain intensified. Something moved overhead. Heavy, measured, walking. Step, step, step. Then it stopped. Right above her bedroom. A long silence. Then her mother's voice directly above her head, calm and patient. That's all right. A pause. Then, I'll wait until you sleep. Mara never slept that night, or the next, or the one after. By sunrise, everything was gone. No footprints, no scratches, nothing. But now, whenever storms come, she hears it, walking above her ceiling, patient, careful, waiting for the exact moment her breathing slows, waiting for sleep. No one talks about how lonely cities can be at 2 a.m. Millions of people, thousands of lights, and somehow, silence. I lived on the 19th floor. Glass walls, gray skies, endless rain. At night, I could see hundreds of glowing windows, lives stacked above and below mine. Everyone close, everyone distant. I hadn't spoken to anyone in 3 days, just work emails, food delivery notifications, unread messages from my sister. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. A text. Are you awake? I frowned. Wrong number, probably. I ignored it. Buzz. I can see you. Cold spread through me. I looked around the apartment. Empty. Just me. Rain tapping softly against glass. I texted back. Who is this? Typing. Stopped. Typing again. Then, blue shirt, kitchen light on, left hand shaking. I dropped the phone. I was wearing a blue shirt. My kitchen light was on. My left hand was shaking. I turned off every light, pulled the blinds shut, heart hammering. Buzz. That won't help. I called the number. No answer. Another text. Window. Now. I don't know why I listened, but I did. I stepped toward the glass, pulled one blind open. Across from me stood another tower, hundreds of dark windows. One lit window, directly opposite mine, 19th floor. Someone standing there, watching, still, unmoving. I couldn't make out details, just a silhouette. My phone buzzed. Wave. I didn't move. Buzz. Wave. The figure slowly raised its arm and waved. I stumbled back. Then the text came. That's better. I called security. They checked the opposite building. Nobody answered on that floor. No unit with lights on. No resident home. Impossible. I looked again. The window was dark, empty. I barely slept. Morning came. No texts, nothing. Until 2:03 a.m. the next night. Buzz, you forgot something. I stared. What? Typing. Then, you forgot to check behind you. I turned. Nothing. Empty apartment. Silence. Buzz. Too slow. Now I keep my phone off. I moved apartments, changed numbers, changed cities. Didn't matter. Sometimes, late at night, I still hear a buzz from devices that aren't powered on. And whenever I look at dark windows across the street, I sometimes see someone standing there, waiting, watching, still, as if they've always lived exactly opposite me, no matter where I go.
Eli hated the closet. He always had. Even as a child, something about the narrow folding doors unsettled him. His parents said it was imagination, just shadows, just creaks, just house noises. But Eli knew one thing. The closet door never stayed closed. Every morning, it stood open by an inch. Every morning. When he was 9, he told his father. His father laughed, closed it, locked it. The next morning it was open. 1 inch. No more. No less. Years passed. Eli moved away. Forgot about it. Mostly. Until his father died. Now he was back in the old house. Rain tapped against the windows exactly as it had when he was small. The same wallpaper. Same floorboards. Same bedroom. Same closet. The door stood open by an inch. He told himself it was memory playing tricks. He shut it. Got into bed. At 2:41 a.m., he woke. Not to sound. To silence. Heavy silence. The kind that feels unnatural. Then, a soft click. The closet door. Opening. 1 inch. He stared, unable to move. Then a voice. From inside. Small. Weak. Like someone speaking through layers of cloth. Dad. His blood froze. That voice. His own. At 9 years old. Dad. Again. Small. Afraid. Then whispering. Please don't leave me in here. Eli sat upright, every nerve screaming. The closet remained open 1 inch. Dark inside. Too dark. Deeper than it should be. Then came another sound. Breathing. Not inside. Beside him. From the floor near the bed. He looked down slowly. Something crouched there. Low. Still. Watching. It had his shape. His height. His face. Only wrong. The smile too wide. Eyes too empty. It whispered in his own voice. He finally came back. When morning arrived, Eli was gone. Police found no sign of struggle. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Only one detail disturbed them. The bedroom closet, locked from inside, and every morning since, the door opens 1 inch, as if someone inside is still trying to get out. I used to take the last train home every Thursday. Same route, same empty carriage, same quiet ride through tunnels under the city. There's a strange loneliness underground. No sky, no weather, just fluorescent light and metal humming. Still, on rainy nights, I could hear distant dripping through tunnel walls. Soft, steady, like water seeping into buried places. That Thursday, there were only 3 passengers. Me, an old woman asleep near the front, a man reading at the far end. We entered the tunnel after Mercer Station, then stopped. Unexpected. Lights flickered once. The train sighed into silence. No announcement, just stillness. Then the speakers crackled. Static. Then a voice. Calm. Wrong. Please do not look outside. Everyone looked up. The old woman woke. The man lowered his book. The windows showed only darkness. Pitch black. Then came tapping. Outside. On the glass. Tap. 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 Moving along the carriage. Window to window. Slowly. As if something walked beside the train. The speaker crackled again. Please keep your eyes forward. No one moved. Tap. 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 Closer. My window. Right beside me. I stared straight ahead. Sweating. The tapping stopped. Silence. Then breathing. On the other side of the glass. Slow. Wet. Patient. The old woman whispered, "Don't look." Her voice shook. The man at the end stood suddenly. "I'm not doing this." He turned, looked directly out the window, and smiled. Not fear, not confusion, recognition, warm recognition, as if seeing someone he loved. He raised his hand, touched the glass, whispered, "Oh." The doors opened. Impossible. We weren't at a station. The man stepped out into darkness. The doors closed. The train moved. No announcement. Nothing. Just motion. The old woman stared ahead, pale, rigid. When we reached the next station, she finally spoke. Very quietly. "It learns faces." I turned to ask what she meant, but she was gone. No footsteps. No departing movement. Just empty seat. Rain greeted me when I reached home. I didn't sleep. I kept hearing tapping. Soft. Measured. Against glass. Now every Thursday night, just after midnight, my windows fog from the outside. And something taps. Slowly. Patiently. As if waiting for me to finally look. And now, the night settles. The stories have been told. For tonight. If you'd like to return to the dark, Quiet Dreadfall will be here with new stories every week. Until then, may your sleep be deep and your dreams your own. Good night.